Hi there, welcome to Bootcamp. Thanks for being here. I'm Diane. So today we're going to do something just a little bit different. The format will be the same. So we'll be doing an AMRAP style workout, which is as many reps as possible or as many rounds as possible. So that just means that I'm gonna set the clock for 4 minutes. Each interval will be 4 minutes. We'll do 5 of those. And I'm gonna give you 2 exercises and a number of reps to complete. And you're going to go through those exercises and reps as many times as you can in the 4-minute interval. Okay, so the beauty of this is that you're going at your own pace. We're not going to do a lot of high impact work today, so we won't be jumping around very much. And so it'll be slightly less cardio, a little bit more strength. So if you're watching on video and that's not your jam, there are tons of other videos that we've done where there's a lot more cardio plyometric exercises. So just so you know, we'll be using some weights today. I have a set of 10-pound weights, 10-pound dumbbells. I might sometimes use some kettlebells. Just use whatever you have. You can use 10 pounds, you can use 15. Often you can just use one weight. So if you have like one heavy weight, you can sometimes just use that. If you don't have anything and you want to grab a gallon container or like a laundry jug that's full of liquid, those are really helpful too. So all the things are out of the way now. It's all our housekeeping. So let's start with a little bit of a warm up. So we're going to just come on down to your mat or the rug or wherever you are and put your hands on top of your feet. We're going to just kind of wiggle around, open up the hips and knees, whatever your mobility allows. And then you're going to lift your butt up in the air, stretch out those hamstrings. And so you're trying to keep your back kind of flat here. And so whenever your hamstrings are at the end of their range of motion, that's when you come back down. So you don't want to round your back. Good, so let's do 3 more like this. 2 and 1. So we're going to come up, feet are about shoulder width apart, and we're going to do just a couple bodyweight squats. So using the arms, squeezing the glutes when you get to the top. Good. And let's do 3 more. So 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to turn to the side here. You're going to just step back, little reverse lunge here. Good. So these will come in handy. Little foreshadowing for you. So let's do 2 more on each side. 1 and 2. And then we're going to come up for a couple jumping jacks. Just get your heart rate up. All right, just a couple more. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to your lunges. And this time try to go just a little bit faster. Pick up the pace. One more on each side. Good. And then we're gonna come back to those bodyweight squats again, just a little bit faster than you did on the first round. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. And then we're gonna come back down to those little frog stretches. And just a few of these. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, great. So take a second, kind of shake out your arms, stretch out your shoulders if you need to. any last minute stretching? Okay. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do 4-minute intervals, 2 exercises, and I'm going to give you the number of reps. So actually the number of reps are going to be pretty easy today because we're going to always be doing 6 or 12. So some variation of 6. So the first thing we're going to do is squats. So you can hold your weights up here at your shoulders, or if you have like one heavy weight or one heavy object, you can hold that weight up here at your chest, and you're going to just do your 12 squats, okay? So from the side, you want to make sure that you're kind of reaching back with your butt like you're reaching for a chair. Squeeze the glutes on the way up. So 12 squats, and then we're going to do 12 Arnold press. So this is a little bit different than a military press. You're going to start with your palms facing you. Your elbows are up, okay? So you're not resting them down. You're going to keep them up. You're going to kind of turn around and then come up to a regular press. So back down, palms are facing you, bring them around and up. So from the side, it looks like this. And so the trick here is to never really rest your elbows down on your rib cage. You want to keep them up. So we're getting all of those deltoids in here. So you're going to do 12 of those Arnold presses. All right, so I'm going to set the clock for 4 minutes. And you're just going to go as many times as you can at your own pace in 3, 2, 1. Let's start with those squats. However you want to hold that weight. So don't worry about my count because sometimes I lose count because I'm talking. So make sure you're counting your own reps. Good, so if you ever feel like you need to make this more challenging, you just pick up the pace, or if you have the option to grab a heavier weight. So remember with the Arnold press, palms are facing you, twist them around and up. So you're finishing in a military press. It's really just different at the beginning. You can hear my guard dog in the background. Probably the trash guys or something. All right, keep moving, keep pushing through these reps. These Arnold presses, they'll get you. Good. So whenever you're ready to go back to your squat, I'm gonna do these from the side for you. Make sure you're reaching back, getting nice and low. You wanna try to get your quads just about parallel to the ground. Squeeze the glutes on the way up. And again, pick up the pace whenever you need to. Or you can slow it down whenever you need to, if things get to be too much. Just stay in motion. Let me give you a time check. So you keep moving. All right, so you are more than halfway. Just stick with it. Remember, we're never quite resting those arms. Hold them up. And you want to think about not flaring your rib cage here. So keep the core nice and tight. Nice work. Good. The key is to squeeze those glutes at the top. You got it. right, let me give you another time check. You keep moving. All right, so you've got less than 40 seconds. So don't waste those seconds. Finish strong. Core is tight. And what I should have told you is if you only have one weight, you can just do regular presses. I should have said that in the beginning, sorry. All the way to the end. And that's time. Nice work. All right, so again, 2 more. We're gonna use these weights. So first thing is gonna be deadlifts. Now again, you can use 2 weights or you can just use 1, your call. I'm actually gonna use some kettlebells here, but do not feel obligated. So with deadlifts, you're gonna just hinge your hips back, okay? So we're not so much bending our knees. Your knees are soft, but you're really sending those glutes back, hinging at the hips. So if you tuck your hands like in your hip here, you should be able to pinch them. And my back is nice and flat. That's the movement that you're going for with your deadlift. And then you can add weight, okay? So you wanna make sure that your core is nice and tight, your back is straight. And I like to always keep my eyes on the floor, up as I come up, so that you're not crimping your neck, okay? So try and keep that neck nice and long and straight. And then the second part is just bicep curls. I'm gonna do hammer curls here. You can also turn your hands up and do regular curls, your call. We're doing 12 of each at your own pace, and just keep rolling through until you get to the end of the interval. In 3, 2, 1. Start with the deadlifts, and again, you're doing your own count because I will probably lose count. Good. So keep those shoulders nice and wide, chest is open. Try not to round the back. That's the most important part. And you don't want to round at the top or the bottom of your back. Completely lost track of my count. When you're ready for those bicep curls, again, I'm doing hammer. You can do whatever feels right for you. And you know what? Again, if you only have 1 weight here, you can do bicep curls with 1 weight. We always have a way to make it work. So you're keeping your elbows glued to your sides. So you're not using momentum to swing the weights forward. Good, so you move on whenever you're ready. Send those hips back. Take a second, check on your neck. Squeeze those glutes. Let me give you a time check here. All right, so you have just about 90 seconds. Again, keep the elbows glued to your sides. We're not going for speed here. Quality over speed. These feel tough. 12 is tough. Okay, we're almost there. Less than a minute. Good, maintain that form. So close. Again, don't follow my count. Make sure that you're going at your own pace. All right, just a few seconds. 4, 3, 2, and that's time. Awesome. All right, so next we have reverse lunges. So remember, we warmed up with those, and bent over rows. So reverse lunges, you have two options here. You can either hold the weights down at your sides for your reverse lunges, or you can hold them up on your shoulders. So it's gonna look like this. You're gonna just step back, alternating. Okay, so make sure you're stepping back far enough that this leg is making almost a 90-degree angle. And you're gonna do 6 on either side. So again, 12 total, 6 on either side. And then after that, you're gonna do bent over rows. So you're gonna just pull those elbows up above the line of the back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Now, sometimes you might feel a little something in your lower back here. A good alternative is to either just lean over on your knee and do one at a time, or if you have a chair, this is a great exercise to do with your chair. All right, so same movement, just will take the pressure off your lower back. Okay, so let's get started. Remember, reverse lunges, 6 on each side, 12 bent over rows in 3, 2, 1. So you can do these all on one side and then switch to the other. I like to alternate. I feel like it makes it a little bit of a cardio exercise. Keep those shoulders up and back, chest is wide, you're not slouching. Good. If you are in this bent over position, your back is flat. Well, no matter what, actually, even if you're using your chair, your back is flat. Good. So right back to those reverse lunges when you're ready. So you're really using the front leg to pull yourself up. You're not using that back leg as a push. So most of the work is happening in the glute where your leg is forward. So that 90-degree leg and glute. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a bent over thing here just to show you. So I like to bring one knee forward. My back is still straight. In this case, if you're doing one at a time, you're still doing 12 on each side. It's just gonna slow you down a little bit. your time. All right, so you're just over 90 seconds. Stick with it. All right, we're doing great. So similarly to the deadlift, you're going to try and keep your neck straight, looking down. Okay, let's check your time. All right, we've got about 30 seconds. Hang in there. Woo. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. All right, that's time. All right, so next up, we have skiers, which you will use your weights for, and then we have push-ups, which you obviously will not use your weights for. Skiers are kind of a version of swings. So let me just show you. So your feet are about shoulder width apart. You're gonna swing those weights forward. So you see how I'm just kind of like sitting back, using the weight to balance me as I sit back. And then when you sit up, when you stand up, you're squeezing those glutes. So this is just another version of a hip hinge. So the movement is really here in your hips. Your knees aren't really going anywhere. So you're not squatting and bringing the knees forward. You're just kind of sitting back, sending those hips back a little bit and squeezing the glutes on the way up, okay? And you are using the weights for momentum this time. Usually we're not using them for momentum, which is why I like to hold them kind of closer to the bottom of the bell. And then push-ups. I think you know what a push-up looks like. You can either do push-ups on your toes or on your knees. It doesn't matter. So you're gonna do 12 skiers and 12 push-ups. And if you wanna start with harder push-ups on your toes and then gradually move to your knees, that's fine too. Also, if you want to lighten it up a little bit, you can also do your push-ups on your chair. Okay, start the clock in 3, 2, 1. So again, just sitting back, squeezing the glutes. You might find that this is also a lot of core activity. I do anyway. Keeping those shoulders wide and open. This turns into a cardio move, much like swings. So 12 of those. Hopefully you can still see me down here. So start hard, go easy towards the end. If you're doing them on your knees, your hips are still coming down, chest is coming close to the floor. So you want to keep your butt out of the air if you're doing those knee push-ups. All right, grab your weights when you're ready. Good. You can see why they call it a skier. It's really good low impact cardio. Down for your push-ups. All right, so you're about halfway. So again, hips continue to come down. Nice. All right, we've got 90 seconds. We can do this. And then we only have one more set after this. One more interval. Make sure you're getting that, like, it's like a thrust movement kind of. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Awesome. Less than a minute to go. Good push-ups, let's go. Shoulders are burning after those Arnold presses. All right, we've got about 15 seconds. So finish strong, even if you don't get to finish a set. Stay in motion to the end. And time. Okay. So we have side lunges and overhead tricep extension. So side lunges, you have some options here. Option one, you can step to the side, sit back, push off, come to the middle and step to the other side, keeping those weights down. You can do that same movement and keep your weights up to the side or up to your shoulders, step to the side, to the middle and to the side. I'm gonna do a slightly different version. If you have any knee issues, this is a better version. That's why I'm doing it, to protect the knee. And that is gonna keep you in the same place, but you're gonna kind of just shift your weight side to side. So you're gonna end up in that same position, but it's a little less impact on the knee. You're still, either way, it looks like this from the side. You're kind of sitting back, loading this glute and pushing off, right? So that's where the action's happening. And then second part of this, you can do either 2 weights or just one. I'm gonna have to kneel down to show you this. You're gonna do this standing, but you can't see over my head on Zoom. So you're gonna be holding the weight above your head and just doing a tricep extension. So from the front, this is very important. Your elbows are gonna stay pretty close to your head. So what you don't wanna do is this, okay? So keep those elbows tight. Your upper arm is pretty close to your ear, and that's your extension. So again, you can do that with just one weight like I just showed you, or you can hold a separate weight in each hand and do 2. So again, 6 side lunges on either side, totaling 12, and then 12 overhead extensions, and this is our last set. So let's start the clock in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna start with side lunges. So again, if you want to protect the knee, you can do this. If you don't need to, you can step out side to side. Either way, Again, you're loading that glute. And you do not have to go fast. So I'm gonna come down here so you can see these. And you can do them on your knees if you want to. I'm not sure that it really adds anything. Good. So from the side, you want to keep the core tight, keep the ribs tucked in. I've completely lost count. Good. And then back to your side lunges, whatever those might be. Either way, make sure that you're sitting back. So you're keeping that knee behind the toe. Good. All right, so an important note here for your tricep extensions, you want to make sure that you're not rounding your back, okay? You're not hyperextending the back. That's why I'm saying keep the core tight. So tuck those ribs in, core is nice and tight, your lower back is protected. Good. Awesome, we're almost there. You have less than 90 seconds, way less. You got it. Pushing off with that leg and the glute. Good. So again, see I'm not arching my back, keeping the core tight. Elbows are in, so your upper arm is close to your ear. Tomorrow you might be sore in your tricep, but also you might feel a little bit of soreness down here from those tricep extensions. Okay, that's 3, 2, 1. That's time. All right, nice work, really nice. Okay, let's do a little bit of a cool down. I don't have my mat, so we're just gonna roll around on the rug. Come on down, we're gonna go to hands and knees. We'll do a little cat-cow. So arch your back, look up. And arch, look the other direction through your knees. Breathing. Let's do 2 more each direction. 1, 2. Good, and then I want you to come up to a high plank. Slowly lower yourself down. And then hands under your shoulders, press up. And try to get your hips just a touch off the floor. Squeeze the glutes. You get a hip flexor stretch and a little stretch in your abdomen. So from here, We're going to send the hips up and back for a quick down dog. So while you're here, shake your head around, pedal your feet, whatever feels good. Good, let's bring it back to that high plank. Again, slowly lower down and press up, look up. So even though we didn't do high impact stuff today, I still feel like my heart rate was up and I'm still sweating. So I hope that you also got a good workout. So this time we're going to send the hips back over the heels. Open up your knees if you need to make space for your ribs. And you're going to walk the hands forward, stretch out the shoulders. If you want to, I like to sometimes push down on my elbows. You'll get a stretch in your triceps and lats there, which we used at the end for tricep extensions. Good, and then let's come up. And since we're home by ourselves working out, right hand up, pat yourself on the back. You did it, thanks, and hope to see you here again. Thank you.